Hey guys, Uncle Ray. Welcome to another episode of the Crypto Bellwether. On this channel, we cut through the hype and the noise, and I give you the non-biased information you can use to make informed decisions. Look, I'm not always going to tell you what you want to hear. It's a lot of tough love on this channel. But my goal is to get everyone in the 10% club because 90% of all people that invest in cryptos lose money, and I want to change that. Now, I want you to ask yourself, do you look at cryptos like they're stocks, like you're investing in the future and that these projects are just going to go up, up and up? Well, Ripple was sued by the SEC and basically proved to all of us that cryptos are not stocks. Well, what are they? Some people still want to call them a currency, but most people agree they're commodities, which currencies are commodities as well. Now, a lot of people don't know this, but I used to be a licensed 3 commodity trader. I bought my first foreign currency back in like 1990. Been around a long time. So in this video, we're going to talk about taking profits and we're going to compare through looking at about 10 charts how how cryptos relate to commodities. This is going to be a lot of alpha, guys, I promise you. So stay till the end. And then I've got some information, some exciting news and giveaways and stuff that I want to talk about my community. Now, hit that like button. Go ahead, hit that like button. All right, look at this screen, guys. Now, if you're watching this and this is new, hasn't been out for a while, well, we're in really, really red days, right? But this is for the year. Now I want to let's keep the thought process going about comparing cryptos and commodities. Because think about it. For the year, if you bought Mantra up 4,200%, that's life changing. XCN, I made a video on XCN 2 years ago saying it was a great buy and how it was connected to JP Morgan. Didn't get any love 2 years ago, and it's set there. Now it's ripped up 2,200%. AOS up 495%. HBAR up 303%. XRP up 445%. BGB up 1,000%. No one even talks about that project. But that's in the last year. And a lot of these have been up even more if you go back to the start of the bull run. But look at this for the month. Not many up at all for the month. XCN is up 1,100%. But now look, let's look at the week. So here's reality. A year ago, everything's green. Last month, it started turning red. Now, last week, really red. Now, today, nothing but red. One little bitty up green circle. Now, for the hour, still going down. Now, the point about that is, guys, what if this would have been you? You'd have caught all those, right? Did you take any profits? Did you take any profits on PEPE when it was up 1,000%? The people that are currently catching this XCN, are they going to take any profits? The smart ones will. I've bought and sold AO's, one of my biggest bags, literally one of my biggest bags, on and off for over a year and a half. Every time it pumped, I took a handful. Now, before we dive into it, guys, I just want to give you some news. I've created my course. It's going to be on sale for $250. It's going to retail for $499. I'm building out my community with a private Whoop account and Inner Circle. So we're going to be giving a lot of giveaways and stuff like that. If you want some information or you want to be part of the giveaways and the discounts, I'll leave a link in the description and pin it in the comments, and we'll talk about it at the end of this video. Now, here's what I want to show you guys, and stay with me, especially if you think you should hodl and own crypto like they're stocks. Now, this is coffee. I used to trade coffee a lot. And actually, I believe this move right here was, I call it for almost every one of my clients. That move was massive. That move was so big. They back then they commodities could go limit up and they stopped trading. So you made the most money that you possibly could, but you couldn't take profits. They just shut down. And that was shut down for like 4 or 5 days. People couldn't even take their profits. Huge moves. Now, but look at this, guys. Huge demand for coffee. We meet that demand. It's supply and demand. Look at this, guys. This is oil. When would you like to buy oil? And you could buy any of these, but you're going to have to take profits. Look at this, guys. This is lumber, right? The only way to make money buying and selling lumber is if you build something with it. For the most part, now, a lot of people, I want to show you something. This reminds me kind of gold. A lot of gold dealers remind me kind of a lot of the influencers that lie and sugarcoat or tell you partial truths. See, this is the 10-year gold price, which you see all the sales. Oh, gold has been a wonderful asset for the last 10 years. Well, most people that buy gold are going to hold on to it forever, right? Well, let's look what that chart. See, if I was going to sell you gold, and I wouldn't talk you out of it, but I'd want to show you the history of gold. It's not just goes up, up, and up. This is how people think about crypto. Let's look at the history, the chart they don't want to show you. That's the historical chart. So think about it, guys. $601 fell all the way down to half price, rallied, dropped for years, 10, 15 years. Look at this, guys. This is back when I was born. Think about it. If my dad would have bought a bar of gold when I was born, it would have ripped until I was about 15. And then it would have dropped for the next 15 years and took another 10, 12 years for it to get back to where it was just a few years after he bought it. So think about that, guys. I'm not saying gold won't keep going up, but it could just as easily, especially when Bitcoin starts pulling its liquidity, in my opinion, you could easily see gold crash in the next 10 years. And smart money takes that gold and puts it into Bitcoin. But either way, guys, it's not just the buy and hold asset that everyone tells you. And even if you bought it, even way back here, guys, that barely outran inflation, and you had these huge pullbacks. Now, if you think that cryptos are currencies, well, there's the yen, right? Here's the Swiss franc. Guys, they're commodities. If you want to take profits, if you want to trade commodities, you either buy them, like lumber's perfect example. You take 2x4s and you build houses, right? And you make money. That's exactly how Ripple uses their supply. They take their XRP supplies and they build services and they sell them across the world. Just like that home builder, he's making the money. That's not your money. That's Ripple's money using their supply. The demand is for their supply. You need to create your own demand, and there's not that much there. All right. So bear with me. I know half of you probably just dropped off. Now, outside of the thought process that everything's volatile, right? And they're not like stocks. This is the 2000 and the very end of this is the week of like January the 1st through the 7th, I believe, of 2018, 8 years ago. If you go through this top 100 list, guys, there's only about 23 of these tokens still around. And half of those at least really are not that viable, probably never coming back. And half of those other ones probably are not going to hit an all-time high again. They may, because as you know, XRP, XLM, IOTA are on this list, Litecoin, Cardano. But guys, most of them disappeared, but most of them, look at these prices, guys. XRP, $3.37 8 years ago. Ethereum, $1,100. Cardano, $1. Litecoin, $288. XLM, 69 cents. IOTA, $4. Now let's look. If you don't think they're commodities or act like commodities or should be traded like commodities, watch this. That's Litecoin. What makes you think that's a stock? And it's one of the good ones. Do you think it's going to make a new all-time high in this bull run? I don't know. And it did make one in the last bull run, and I know the demand's there. So the odds are it may get up in here. But the whole point about this, guys, is I don't care what you buy. I'm not trying to talk you out of buying XRP. I'm not trying to talk you out of buying Ethereum or IOTA or any of these projects. They're irrelevant. They're all the same. Go pick a historical chart of any token that's been around for 8 years, 10 years, right? The point is they don't stay there, guys. They don't stay there. And this pattern, even on the phenomenal projects, could just go on and on for years and years. Now, let's look at this. That is IOTA. You think it's going to make a new all-time high? I only know of two, which I just recently found, and we'll talk about it. I got the chart. Two tokens that I'm aware of that have hit a new all-time high in its third bull run that didn't in its second. And IOTA doesn't look like it's going to do it. Now, XLM, look at that, guys. Still didn't make a new all-time high in the last bull run. I don't think it's going to hit a new all-time high in this bull run. Now, why do I say that? Again, only two tokens have ever done that, but look at this, guys. And this is just some more alpha, and I'm not ragging on these projects. Do this as you will. It's pretty much already made a new all-time high market cap. Look at the price. Not even close. That's bad tokenomics. XRP, what makes you think that looks like a stock, right? Now, this is XRP's market cap, right? It didn't make a new all-time high. That's what it would look like if it had good tokenomics. Let's look at the price chart. No new all-time high. And this price isn't even the correct price. But look at it, guys. No matter what, no matter when you bought XRP, you only have, that's about a month and a half right there from start to finish. That same thing right there. Right here, this is pushing probably 4 or 5, 6 weeks already. I'd have to check. Let's see. That started in, well, right there, October, the end of October. So November, December, January. That's 3.5 months. How long do you think it's going to last? Do you think it's going to look like that, or it's just going to keep on going up like a stock? I don't know. But I know if people would have took profits like it was a commodity there, they'd be happy and they could have bought it back. They'd have started taking profits. See, most people, I would say, just guessing, at least 98% of all people that bought XRP in the last bull run didn't take profits. And the ones that did were the big whales that were smart, because it didn't even get halfway to its all-time high. People weren't even thinking about it. They were just buying it. All right? For whatever that's worth. Again, quit crying, not harping on XRP, trying to educate on this channel. Now, here's one of the tokens that has hit a new all-time high that didn't in its third bull run, or in its second bull run that did in its third. And I just found it. It's SwiftCoin, right? Tron has done it, and SwiftCoin. And they both have two things in common. They're pretty much fully diluted. So the only two exceptions when you're thinking about XRP and XLM, guys, I just play the probabilities. I don't play the hope, right? They're not even close to being fully diluted. So why would they be the exception? Not saying they can't. It's been done, but why would anyone want to bet that their investment has to be an exception to just do okay? Doesn't make sense to me. Onyx coin. That's the one I was making videos about 2 years ago, and don't think many people bought it. But look at this. Here's the point. Is it a commodity or is it going to act like a stock? This is a big, that's that rip of 2,200%. Amazing. Well, most people are probably going to look back here and think, oh, it's just going to rip. But no matter what you think, it could be over, but how high do you think it's going to go and how long? I mean, if you got 2,200% and you're not at least taking 1,000% out, right? I mean, you turn, good God, that's a lot of money, guys. That's life-changing money. And if you don't watch it, the odds are, and I'm not telling anyone to sell their Onyx, but I'm damn sure not telling anyone to buy it either. But look at that, guys. That's a massive life-changing. It could be over before this video is. All right. Now, Toshi. Toshi kick-started this video because one of my clients called me and he doesn't like to take profits. He doesn't. And he sent me a text actually and he said, I did an 8X on Toshi. And now I'm looking to stack those profits, right? And so I said, well, did you take the profits? And he said, yes, because I don't want you making fun of me on one of your videos. Well, I'm not making fun of him. He just took an 8X off the table like 2 days ago. Look at this, guys. It's already dropped less than a 4X. So think about it, guys. If you put in 10 grand, now you got 80. 3 days later, you got 40. And people are still telling me this strategy is stupid, that you're picking up pennies, skipping over dollars. That's the craziest thing I've ever heard, especially when we're not in altcoin season. I have no idea why Toshi ripped an 8X like in 3 days. I don't know. And the odds are you didn't even know it was happening either. So that's part of having a strategy, guys, and a game plan to take profits. These things don't wait around for you to figure it out. When you see something give you 80 grand, when you turn 10 into 80, you're just going to watch it. Oh, wow, look at my money. It's not that easy, guys. There's big boys on the other side of that trade dumping on you. When the FOMO gets that big, they're dumping. All right. Now, that being said, to me, yes, Bitcoin can be considered a commodity too, but when I talk about crypto and altcoins, has nothing to do with Bitcoin. I do believe never sell your Bitcoin, because if any of those charts, any of those projects would have bought the worst time in any of the previous bull runs, they're doing extremely well. So why would you want to risk something? None of those projects, nothing has outperformed Bitcoin. Nothing year over year. Definitely not in a 1 year that I know of, not in a 5 year, not in a 10 year. So why would you take all that risk if that chart is not going to look a lot better than Bitcoin's? And I do believe Bitcoin is going to keep pulling back and go up, keep pulling back and going up, but it's going to stair step. And I don't believe in ever selling your Bitcoin. Now, I don't want to ramble, but guys, here's some more alpha for the people that want to learn. I know most people probably aren't watching, but if you don't understand what a commodity is, I highly recommend go to Grok on X and say, explain to me. Because I typed into Grok and I said, I used to be a commodity trader. Cryptos are now commodities that, according to the SEC, lawsuit, everything else. I'm trying to explain to people what do you think I'm right? And what should I tell them? Well, Grok came back and said, your perspective on cryptos as commodities rather than stocks align with certain regulatory definitions, particularly the U.S. Commodity Futures and Trading Commission, which I used to be licensed under. And it basically says the definition of a commodity is something of basic goods used in commerce that are interchangeable with other goods, right? And an example would be gold, oil, ag. So if you think about it, guys, then he talks about how it's supply and demand. A lot of people are so misinformed on cryptos. They're like, oh, it has a limited supply. It's deflationary. Let's just use XRP. And again, not harping on XRP, but XRP basically has 1,000 years supply. The demand will never, ever in our lifetime be so great that we need more, that it's a scarcity. It can't happen. XR, I typed into AI months ago that how much if Ripple could overthrow Swift, which they can't and won't, but if they did that type of volume, how many years could they do that volume with their supply? It was 32,000 years, guys. You can do like a quadrillion trades with XRP. Quadrillion. Do the math, guys. I did it. I know I'm rambling, but bear with me. I'm almost done. I did a video because this caught me off guard. You know, I don't think people understand the difference between a million, a billion, and a trillion, especially like BitBoy, right? When he says XRP is going to a trillion. Think about this, guys. To count to a million takes about 11 days. To count to a billion takes 32 years. At 1 second, 1, 2, 3, 4, 24 hours a day, 32 years. To count to a trillion takes 32,000 years. Around the clock, 24/7, 365. That's how much $1 trillion is. So, all right, guys. Anyway, this is the type information that I try to share and get people to understand in my crypto course and in my coaching. But guys, I do coaching for $250 for 3 Zoom calls or phone calls. Now that's going to disappear. And we go through your portfolio, talk about how to dollar cost average in and out, how to compare, and how to get you a game plan, profit taking strategy, etc. Get you everything you need to be successful. Now I'll put that in a course. The course is going to retail for $499, but it's on sale for the same $250. You can have the course and 1 Zoom call or 3 Zoom calls for $250. Now that being said, email me if you want to buy the course right now. But what we're building out and we're going to launch here shortly is a private Discord. Well, it's actually a Whoop, like a private Discord, and it's going to have an inner circle. It's going to have the coaching program, and I'm just going to pack as much alpha in that space as possible. If you have an interest, click the link down below, and I'll pin it in the description and in the comment section. And just give us your email, and we're going to give one of these some of these projects away to different people one at a time. So like someone's going to win the coaching program, someone's going to win, a free month of the Discord or a free month of the inner circle. There's going to be a lot of package discounts, a lot of stuff like that. So if you want to get more information about what that's going to look like, just give us your email, click the link down below. And again, if you guys want to go ahead and get started and don't want to wait, send me an email. All right, guys, that being said, whether you take me up on my coaching or my course or anything, do yourself a favor. Stop thinking of cryptos like they're stocks. I should have went back and looked at the history of the 2000.com. Guys, most people weren't around. I was around. It's like deja vu. Most of these projects are going to disappear. They're not as relevant. They don't have the utility. They're not as important as people think because Wall Street, the governments, and the central banks all have the customers, all have the power, and they're going to have the tech. And now that it's regulated, guys, you'll see. Watch who jumps into crypto and starts dominating. You think one of these cryptos like ICP is going to dominate cloud storage? Wait till Google, Microsoft, and Amazon, the biggest cloud storage companies in the world, announce their Web3 project. Guys, they're not going to be beat. They don't care. We never have to use them, which most people already use them. But no, they don't need us to approve. They already got the customers. People are not going to jump from Google Cloud Storage, a central bank, Coca-Cola, right? The Pentagon. They're not going to jump from the cloud storage they use now and trust into like a ICP or whoever. Just something to think about, guys. That doesn't mean you can't buy these projects. I'm extremely bullish. I want to make that clear. But take profits, guys. Take profits, play the game. All right, that's all I got for you. Hit the like button. Hell, hit the unlike button if you want to. Let me know what you think in the comment section and come back and be part of this community. Subscribe. And guys, I'm excited about building out my community. My goal, again, is to get you in that 10% club of people that make money. And that, therefore, you will not miss the biggest opportunity in history. And that is right now in 2025, in my opinion. All right, guys, take care.